Hello, this is Derek from Info. Any media on the line here that can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. Just making sure. I've got Coach Groce here. I'm going to hand the phone over to him. The team's getting ready to leave for practice here in about an hour, so I'm going to hand it to him for opening comments, and then we'll take your questions about West Virginia.
Okay. Since we saw you guys last, we worked out yesterday very, very light because I thought we, watching the film from the Winthrop game, played extremely hard. And, certainly for probably about 80% of the game, maybe played as good as we've played thus far. So I thought we did some good things, and guys gave tremendous effort. And, really with about 2 to 3 minutes to go in the game, maybe it had our best defensive performance of the year going at that point. And I thought we were really locked in. Guys gave great effort. So because of that, yesterday, knowing we got 2 games coming up, I felt like it was wise to make it more of a mental day to discuss, what we could do, differently to close the game better, things we could control, things that were outside of our control, like bank shots and, shoes and some of those things that we talked about. That's part of that. You got to be able to adapt, looking at what we could control and couldn't control. I thought was good. And then obviously we moved on after that part and really started focusing on West Virginia, who's a really, really good basketball team. And, I think my 2 biggest concerns are anytime you play them is taking care of the basketball, making sure we do that, understanding that we're going to, they put you under duress for 40 minutes with their trapping and their full court pressure and their denial defense in the half court. And then, obviously the glass, they've had and the coaches' teams for a long time have been known, even when I was at Xavier as an assistant, teams that are terrific on the backboard. This one is no different. They play really big when they put Ahmad and Adrian and a host of their other front court players, Macon, Watkins, as well as Bender, as well as Kanate. When they do that, West, when they do that, they're huge. So it's the biggest team we played for sure, and have got to do a great job of competing on the backboard against them. So, we got in yesterday, get a chance to practice here this afternoon at 1:30 Eastern time. We'll continue to finish up our prep today, and then play them tomorrow. Questions?
John, this is Loren. With them pressing as much, do you expect them to substitute a lot to that? And how will you respond both to that and the fact that you've got a game the next day?
I apologize. I can't hear you. I can hear you barely. I wasn't able to hear your question there. I don't know if you're
okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you barely.
I'll be darned. Okay. Well, it has to do with substitutions. Their subs and your subs. Do you see this as a game that'll be a lot of substitutions?
DB, I'm having problems hearing these guys. It's very, very low. I don't know if that was a different question or whether that was here.
Could somebody else try here?
Can you hear me, Coach?
Yeah, I can hear everybody else now. It's better. Hang on a second. I'll give it back.
Lauren's question was...
okay, go, try one more time there. I apologize.
Lauren's question had to do with substitutions. Your subs, their subs, and pointing out that you've got a game the next day as well. I assume he was wanting to know about being able to have the energy to take care of, to compete with West Virginia and also to answer the bell on Friday.
Yeah, no question. Obviously, that was part of the reason, Loren, that we practiced the way we did yesterday, which basically, from a physical standpoint, we didn't do a whole lot. Obviously keeping in mind that we've got 2 days we're going to play back-to-back, and we're one of the very few teams, although there are some, that have played 5 games already. So we've played quite a bit. I do think the fact that we have been playing 9 to 10 guys, and obviously the return of Black once we get a little bit more synchronized, I think will be good and gives us even more depth. That certainly helps, but I was concerned about our higher minute guys, which is why I thought we needed to practice smart yesterday. We'll do the same thing today, and hopefully that'll put us in position to be able to give the same type of effort that we gave the other night against Winthrop, where I thought we played really hard.
John, this is Mark. My question was really about their pressure. A lot of teams use pressure at times. They use it more. Is there anything specifically about the way they pressure that makes them unique, or is it simply the amount of pressure that makes them unique?
I think it's a little bit of both, Tup, but obviously they're very committed to it. And you could tell that just in watching them, they've got collective buy-in from their team. They're going to trap you at all levels of the floor, and really try to, everything they do is to put you under duress. I think it's important that you have poise. You're not going to, there hasn't been a game, regardless of whether a team presses or not, that the teams have 0 turnovers. So we got to understand, I think it's always about the next play. It's the play that's in front of you. And as much as that takes physical energy, it also takes great mental energy, and your ability to stay poised and have mental toughness, I think, is equally as important.
Hey, John, can you hear me?
I can.
Good. Can you tell me, you said, you mentioned Xavier. What is your overall history with Bob Huggins?
Obviously certainly we're acquaintances. I've known him, coached against him for a while. And, probably my first time having the opportunity to do that was in the rivalry games between Xavier and Cincinnati. And I've always just had great respect for how hard his teams play, how physical they are, how well they rebound, their toughness. I think those are the things kind of that their aggressiveness that really come to mind when I think of his teams.
Yeah. I recognize this is a business trip, but it's also a holiday. So once you've finished doing what you have to do games-wise, do you have any sightseeing plans? Has James Herring picked out any great restaurants? Can you talk about that now?
Yeah, not a whole lot, Rob, just because it's back-to-back games. Obviously, if there was a day in between, that might look a little bit differently. We did get in late last night. Today we got practice at 1:30. We had meeting this morning. We'll have another meeting to finish up prep. We're doing our Thanksgiving dinner as a team a day earlier than normal. Usually we do it on these trips on the actual Thanksgiving day because we may not be playing on that day in the past, but we're actually playing tomorrow on Thanksgiving Day. So our dinner will be tonight with certainly our team and our families, and we look forward to doing that. And we'll do that tonight. And then tomorrow it's game day. Friday it's game day. Both of them are in the middle of the day. So it's a little bit more difficult to do that, being that they're not evening games and that they happen to be back-to-back in format.
Yeah. Thanks.
Anybody else?
That's all I got.
Did anyone get I didn't know who asked the first question, and I apologize. Are they able to ask it now if I didn't address it earlier?
John, this is Loren. Can you hear me?
Is that you, Loren?
Yeah. Am I still distant?
I can hear you a little bit distant, but I can hear you a little bit better.
Okay. Well, all I was...
Loren, you there?
I lost him.
I'm not hearing him either, John.
Yeah, I don't hear. Is everybody else okay? Tup, Rob, anybody else?
We're good here. Thank you and happy holidays.
Hey, same to you guys. Let us know if you need anything. Contact DB.
Okay, appreciate it.
Great.
All right,
Bye
guys.
now.
See ya. Bye.
Thank you.